Hey, welcome back to Steve Horvath Fishing, and we are just about uncomfortably too close, but I need you close to see this. We're going to talk today about rigging a fluke. Now, I'm not going to come up with some magic thing that hasn't been invented, but there are some modifications to the way people normally rig a fluke that can make it more effective and last longer. The first thing we're going to talk about is a fluke. Well, it'll spin your line up, so you want a swivel. A lot of people go with the smallest swivel they find. I go with something a little bit oversized. Okay, this oversized swivel gives you a little bit of weight and helps keep the bait down. From there, I'll go to 12 to 14 inch, either 12 or 15 pound test, 4 carbon leader, depending on the watercolor. Usually it's 15 though. And what a lot of people do is they'll take their fluke. Got the old Arkansas shiner here, and your extra wide gap hook, and you'll Texas rig it. Okay, it catches fish. Gets tore up pretty quick, and a lot of times the fluke will kind of slide down the hook and get messed up. So here's my solution. I'm going to take the fluke, and instead of Texas rigging it with that hook, I'm going to use this, basically a swim bait hook with the little springy thing on there. Now the springy thing does two things for you. One, it adds just the tiniest bit of weight. The other thing it does is when you hook a fish, the hook goes through the fluke, hooks the fish, and a springy thing, otherwise known as a hitchhiker, will hold on to the fluke. And I definitely get more. Okay, so got that, all right? Measure up where it's going to go through. I like a nice big hook in a fluke when I can get away with it. This is a 4/0.
Love you.
Okay, and this will hang nice and straight. Fish bites, you set the hook. A little spring holds the fish. Let's look at another way to rig. Okay, number 2. Very similar hook. And don't make fun of me when I put on my grandpa glasses here, because getting old is overrated. Had a hook stuck in me, by the way. We'll take this same type of hook with a hitchhiker, otherwise known as springy thing, as my wife would put it. We're going to rig it up. Again, nice and straight. But this hook is a weighted keel hook. I look much more intelligent without the glasses. This weighted keel hook will let you throw the bait out and work it much faster. So if you need to skip it over the top, throw it a little further, work it faster, highly recommend the weighted keel hook. But wait, there's more. There's a third hook. Now the third hook is something that a lot of people don't normally think about with the fluke. And if you're going to fish open water, schooling fish, not a whole lot of cover next to floating docks and stuff, why not stand the best chance that you have of hooking a fish? I'm going to take a straight shank hook. Now this is one with the nice barb on it up top that holds the bait, and I'm going to take it and rig it as straight as I can and try to come out the middle of the slit. Now some people say that you want to leave a great big hump in your bait when you rig it like this to help it dive down. But what I tend to do is keep it pretty straight, but as you can see, it's still at a bit of an angle. That angle will actually work like a diving bill on a crankbait and kind of pull it down a little bit. But this hooks up very well. Spinning rod, still use a 12 or 15 pound leader, can cast it a mile, can work it quick. And you know what? That's the 3 most useful ways that I have to rig a fluke. Hey, till next time, I'm Steve. Thanks for tuning in.